Have you ever caught a subtle whiff of something off and wondered, is that me? You're not alone, and there's no need to feel embarrassed. In this video, we're diving into 8 surprising bathroom habits that doctors say can make older women smell worse, even when we think we're being hygienic. Stick around until the end to discover simple, practical fixes that will keep you feeling fresh, confident, and in tune with your body, because you deserve to live boldly and beautifully at any age. Before we begin, your support means the world to me. If you find this video helpful, please give it a like. It truly helps me continue sharing these important life lessons. If you haven't yet, subscribing and turning on the bell will ensure you don't miss out on any future videos. And to let me know how I'm doing, please comment number 1 if you like this video, or number 0 if you don't, so I can always strive to make better content for you. Now let's get started. Let's begin with a revelation that profoundly shifted my own approach to personal hygiene, the surprising truth about using too much soap in our intimate areas. When I was younger, I approached my daily shower with a near-obsessive zeal for cleanliness, generously lathering every inch of my body, especially my private parts, with heavily scented soaps and body washes. I genuinely believed that more soap equaled more freshness, a notion often reinforced by the array of floral-scented feminine hygiene products lining drugstore shelves. However, to my surprise, it was years before anyone, not my mother, closest friends, or even my doctor initially, revealed that this aggressive cleansing routine was actually causing more harm than good, creating discomfort instead of the freshness I sought. The truth, as I eventually learned the hard way, is that our intimate areas are incredibly self-regulating. The vaginal ecosystem is a marvel, designed to maintain a delicate balance of beneficial bacteria and a specific pH level, typically between 3.8 and 4.5. This natural harmony keeps infections at bay and ensures everything stays healthy and odor-free, acting like a well-tuned orchestra where each part plays its crucial role. But when we introduce harsh soaps, fragrant body washes, or even those so-called gentle feminine hygiene products, we are, in essence, disrupting this delicate system. These products, often filled with chemicals, strong fragrances, and alcohol, strip away the good bacteria and upset the natural acidity, creating an environment where harmful bacteria or yeast can easily thrive. The result is often odor, irritation, or even infections like bacterial vaginosis or yeast infections, not because we're unclean, but paradoxically, because we've overcleaned and thrown off the natural balance. My personal journey of battling recurring discomfort and constantly wondering why my attempts at freshness seemed to backfire finally led me to a candid conversation with my gynecologist. This was where I learned the pivotal lesson. The vagina is self-cleaning and doesn't require internal scrubbing. The inner vaginal canal naturally produces mucus that effectively flushes out dead cells and bacteria, keeping things perfectly in check. For external areas like the vulva, warm water alone is usually sufficient. If you do feel the need for a cleanser, it's best to choose a fragrance-free, pH-balanced product specifically designed for intimate areas and use it very sparingly, only on the external skin, never inside. Products such as wipes, sprays, or douches might promise a fresh feeling, but they frequently contain irritants that can lead to dryness, itching, or even more severe problems. My most valuable advice, therefore, is to trust your body's innate processes. The less you interfere with its natural rhythm, the healthier and fresher you will truly feel. If you ever notice a persistent odor or discomfort, the solution isn't more soap, but rather to consult a healthcare provider to rule out any underlying issues. Your body is incredibly smart, so let it do its magnificent job. Next, let's talk about something we rarely give much thought to, our bath towels. If I were to ask you when you last washed yours, would you need to pause and think? I'll admit, I used to be entirely guilty of letting my towel hang in the bathroom for far too long, thinking, I'm clean when I step out of the shower, so the towel must stay clean too, right? Oh, how profoundly wrong I was. It wasn't until I started noticing a faint, unwelcome, musty smell lingering on my skin, even immediately after a thorough shower, that I realized my seemingly innocuous towel was actually sabotaging my entire hygiene routine. The science behind this is quite simple yet eye-opening. Bath towels are absolute magnets for moisture, and both bacteria and fungi thrive in damp, warm environments. Every time you dry off and then hang your towel in a steamy bathroom, especially one with poor ventilation, You are unknowingly creating a perfect breeding ground for various microbes. These tiny organisms can include skin bacteria, mold, or even mildew, which are responsible not only for that unpleasant towel odor, but can also transfer right back onto your freshly cleaned skin. For someone like me, who used to reuse the same towel for an entire week in the name of efficiency and water conservation, this discovery was a genuine wake-up call. I thought I was being environmentally conscious, but I was unintentionally compromising my skin's health. Dermatologists widely recommend washing bath towels after every 3 to 4 uses to effectively keep bacteria at bay. If you live in a humid climate or your bathroom lacks good airflow, perhaps it has no windows or a weak exhaust fan, you might need to wash them even more frequently, possibly after just 2 uses. To make this process easier, consider adopting a towel rotation system. Keep 3 towels readily available. You have one you're currently using, another that's air drying after a wash, and a third that's clean and ready to go. This simple system ensures you are never stuck with a damp, potentially germ-laden towel. Another professional tip: ensure your towel dries completely between uses. Spread it out fully on a towel rack rather than bunching it up. And if ventilation is a constant problem in your bathroom, consider investing in a small dehumidifier. Since I started washing my towels more regularly and making sure they dry properly, I've noticed a significant improvement. My skin feels much cleaner, my bathroom smells perpetually fresher, and that persistent, musty towel odor is now truly a thing of the past. It's a small change, but it delivers a surprisingly big payoff. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Now let's get real for a moment about a body part that rarely gets the attention it deserves: our feet. Feet aren't exactly the most glamorous topic of conversation, are they? We often give them the bare minimum of care, especially when they're tucked away in socks and shoes all day. I used to be the quintessential queen of neglecting my feet. My shower routine typically involved letting the water simply cascade over them, maybe a quick swipe with a soapy washcloth, and considering the job done. I never really bothered to scrub thoroughly or dry meticulously between my toes, assuming my feet were perfectly fine as long as they weren't visibly dirty. However, as I got older, I started to notice a very distinct and unmistakably sour, unpleasant smell emanating from my shoes, even on days when I hadn't been particularly active or sweaty. It was quite embarrassing, and I couldn't for the life of me figure out what was going wrong. The root of this issue lies in how our skin naturally changes as we age. Younger skin tends to shed dead cells far more efficiently, but as we get older, this crucial process slows down significantly. Dead skin cells can then accumulate on our feet, particularly in areas like the heels and, importantly, between the toes, creating a literal feast for odor-causing bacteria. Add to this the fact that feet are incredibly prone to sweating. They boast over 250,000 sweat glands, and you quickly have a recipe for noticeable funk if you're not proactively managing it. My previous minimalist foot cleaning routine was inadvertently allowing dead skin and moisture to linger, effectively transforming my feet into a sneaky, consistent source of unpleasant odor. Now, I've completely revamped my approach, and it has made an incredible world of difference in my daily life. During every shower, I now dedicate a full minute to my feet. I use a soft washcloth and a mild, fragrance-free soap to gently scrub every surface, paying extra special attention to the soles, the heels, and critically, between the toes where moisture and bacteria absolutely love to hide. Exfoliating tools like a pumice stone or a foot file can be incredibly helpful in removing stubborn dead skin buildup, though I only use them about once a week to prevent any irritation. The real game changer, however, has been drying my feet absolutely thoroughly after washing. I use a clean towel to pat them completely dry, making sure to meticulously get between each and every toe to eliminate any lingering moisture. In the summer, or whenever I'm wearing closed-toe shoes for extended periods, I sprinkle a small amount of antifungal foot powder into my socks or shoes to keep things extra dry and reliably odor-free. Taking consistent care of your feet isn't just about banishing unpleasant odors. It's about respecting the hard-working allies that carry you through life. Neglecting them can lead to a host of issues like athlete's foot, painful cracked heels, or even more serious infections, especially if you have conditions such as diabetes that profoundly affect foot health. So ladies, let's wholeheartedly give our feet the consistent love and attention they genuinely deserve. A little extra care in the shower, a thorough drying routine, and the occasional pampering, perhaps a soothing foot soak or rich moisturizer, will keep your feet feeling fresh, truly healthy, and ready to confidently take on the world. After all, they are the very foundation of your body and, importantly, your confidence. Let's dive into a topic that might initially provoke a chuckle, but actually carries some surprisingly serious implications: flushing the toilet with the lid open. When I first learned about this, I couldn't help but laugh. It sounded like something straight out of a quirky science experiment. However, the reality is far from humorous, and it's backed by solid scientific research. When you flush a toilet with the lid up, you are, in essence, setting off a microscopic geyser known as a toilet plume. This phenomenon involves tiny, invisible droplets, often heavily laden with bacteria, viruses, and other unsavory particles, being propelled into the air at startling speeds. Studies have definitively shown that these aerosolized particles can travel up to 6 feet or even more, lingering ominously in the air for minutes or sometimes even hours. Now, consider the broader implications of this. Those minuscule droplets don't just magically vanish into thin air, they inevitably settle on various surfaces throughout your entire bathroom. Your toothbrush, sitting innocently on the counter, could potentially become coated. Your hairbrush, bath towel, or even the skincare products you apply daily become fair game. If you happen to be standing nearby during the flush, those airborne particles could even land directly on your skin, or more concerningly, be inhaled. The stakes become even higher when you factor in the presence of air fresheners, scented toilet bowl cleaners, or other chemical products. The toilet plume doesn't solely carry biological contaminants. It can also disperse chemical residues, creating a fine mist that is both unhygienic and potentially irritating to your respiratory system. The wonderfully good news is that there's an incredibly simple fix for all of this. Always close the toilet lid before you flush. Since I adopted this very simple habit, I've noticed a marked difference in my bathroom's overall cleanliness and pervasive freshness. It's not merely about avoiding the sheer gross out factor, although that's certainly a significant motivator. Closing the lid substantially reduces the widespread dispersal of bacteria and those subtle odors that can subtly accumulate over time, even in a bathroom that appears to be spotless. It's truly a small, effortless change that delivers outsized benefits, consistently ensuring your bathroom remains a genuine sanctuary of hygiene. After all, the truly cleanest bathroom is one where you don't notice any odors whatsoever, precisely because they simply aren't present. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Let's discuss a habit many of us have likely been guilty of at some point, myself absolutely included: wearing the same underwear to bed that you wore all day. Picture this familiar scenario. You're winding down for the night, slipping into your coziest pajamas, and preparing to climb into bed. You pause and consider, do I really need to change my underwear? I've just been lounging around, not exactly running a marathon. It's incredibly tempting to stick with the same pair you've worn all day, especially if they feel perfectly comfortable. However, here's the unvarnished truth. This seemingly harmless choice could actually be undermining your hygiene and overall comfort, particularly as we age and our body's needs subtly change. Throughout the course of the day, our bodies naturally produce sweat, various oils, and moisture, even if we aren't engaging in strenuous activity. These elements, along with shed skin cells and naturally occurring bacteria, inevitably accumulate in our underwear. When you then wear the same pair to bed, you are effectively trapping all of that against your skin for hours on end, within a warm, enclosed, and often unventilated environment. This creates prime real estate for odor-causing bacteria to absolutely thrive. This issue is especially pronounced if your underwear is made of synthetic materials such as nylon, polyester, or spandex, which are notably less breathable than natural fibers like cotton. Over time, this constant trapping can lead to skin irritation, increased moisture retention, and, yes, those unmistakable unpleasant odors that can stubbornly linger into the morning. So, what's the straightforward solution to this? Doctors and dermatologists widely recommend swapping out your daytime underwear for a fresh, clean pair just before bed. Ideally, you should choose underwear made of cotton or other highly breathable fabrics that actively allow air to circulate and efficiently wick away moisture from your skin. For those who feel comfortable with it, an even bolder option is to simply skip wearing underwear altogether at night, giving your skin the maximum possible opportunity to truly breathe. This practice can significantly reduce the risk of irritation, keep sensitive areas much drier, and promote a noticeably fresher, more comfortable feeling when you wake up in the morning. Since making this simple change myself, I've observed a subtle yet remarkably significant improvement in my morning routine and overall sense of cleanliness. It's one of those minor adjustments that unexpectedly feels quite luxurious and consistently helps you feel your absolute best. Now for a confession many of us share, or perhaps a common oversight. For years, I was blissfully unaware of the profound importance of regularly maintaining my bathroom trash bin. Like so many people, I kept a small, lidded bin conveniently positioned near the toilet where I would toss used tissues, cotton swabs, various hygiene products, and other sundry odds and ends. My routine was astonishingly simple: empty it when it was full, and that was that. It genuinely never occurred to me that this seemingly unassuming bin could be a silent saboteur, slowly undermining the pristine ambience of my otherwise diligently cleaned bathroom. Here's the fundamental problem. Even a small trash bin can rapidly become a breeding ground for both unpleasant odors and pervasive bacteria if it's not properly and consistently managed. Every single discarded item, whether it's a slightly damp tissue, a used hygiene product, or even a seemingly innocuous cotton pad, contributes tiny amounts of moisture and organic material. Within a lidded bin, these elements become trapped, creating an ideal, warm, humid environment where bacteria and various forms of mold can vigorously flourish. Over time, this accumulation inevitably leads to a faint but utterly persistent, musty or sour smell that can subtly permeate your entire bathroom, no matter how diligently you clean all the visible surfaces. I was genuinely shocked to discover that my meticulously cleaned bathroom harbored a subtle, lingering odor that I had grown so accustomed to, all because I wasn't giving my humble trash bin the attention and care it genuinely deserved. The fix, thankfully, is straightforward and demands remarkably minimal effort. Now I make it an absolute point to empty my bathroom bin every few days, entirely regardless of how full it appears to be. Once a week, without fail, I give the bin a thorough wipe down with a strong disinfectant spray or a vinegar-based cleaner to meticulously eliminate any lingering bacteria or embedded odors. For an extra touch that truly enhances freshness, I often sprinkle a small amount of baking soda or add a few drops of a pleasant essential oil into the bottom of the bin to actively absorb and effectively neutralize any potential smells. These seemingly small steps, which collectively take less than 5 minutes of my time each week, have utterly transformed my bathroom's ambiance. The entire space now consistently feels fresher, and I've frequently noticed that guests often comment on how wonderfully clean and inviting it is. A well-maintained bathroom bin might seem like an incredibly minor detail, but it is truly a game changer for creating a consistently hygienic and genuinely pleasant home environment. Consider this familiar scenario. You've just stepped out of a luxurious, steamy shower, your skin tingling with that exquisitely squeaky clean feeling, and the world suddenly feels right. You reach for your trusty bathrobe, hanging faithfully on its hook, and wrap yourself in its soft, plush embrace. It feels like a warm hug from an old friend, comforting, wonderfully familiar, and oh so cozy. But here's the critical question that might make you pause. When was the absolute last time you actually washed that bathrobe? If you're anything like I used to be, your answer might be a sheepish, I genuinely can't remember. Bathrobes have a sneaky way of entirely fooling us. They often feel clean simply because we only slip them on after we've scrubbed ourselves spotless. Surely a garment we wear exclusively post-shower can't possibly be harboring anything unsavory, right? Wrong, very wrong. Let's break down the reality. After a shower, your skin is still damp, and that lingering moisture inevitably transfers directly to the bathrobe's fabric as you wrap it around yourself. If the robe isn't then hung properly to dry, say it's crumpled carelessly on a hook in a poorly ventilated bathroom, or simply shoved behind the door, that trapped moisture creates an absolutely perfect environment for trouble. Bacteria, various forms of mold, and stubborn mildew quickly begin to thrive within those damp fibers, effectively transforming your once cozy robe into a thriving petri dish of unwanted microbial guests. You might not notice it at first, but subtly, over time, that bathrobe can undeniably develop a faint, yet distinct, musty odor. Have you ever caught a whiff of something vaguely off on your skin? even immediately after a thorough shower. You might instantly blame your soap or deodorant, but the actual culprit could very well be that unwashed, damp robe. The lingering smell easily clings to your freshly clean skin, subtly undermining all the diligent effort you put into your personal hygiene routine. It's a subtle betrayal, but crucially, it's one that's incredibly easy to fix once you're aware of the underlying problem and what exactly to do. Here's precisely how I tackled this widespread issue, and the changes it made have genuinely made a world of difference for me. First and foremost, I committed to washing my bathrobe every single week without any exceptions whatsoever. To make this commitment much easier and more practical, I invested in a second bathrobe so I can consistently rotate between the two. This ensures that one is always clean and completely dry, while the other is currently in use or awaiting its wash cycle. When I hang my robe, I now specifically choose a spot with plenty of reliable airflow, such as an open rack or a well-ventilated area of the bathroom, rather than simply letting it languish in a damp, enclosed corner. A robe that is consistently allowed to dry properly is vastly less likely to harbor bacteria or develop that telltale, musty scent that we all want to avoid. The result? My bathrobe now smells consistently like fresh laundry, crisp, impeccably clean, and inviting, rather than reminiscent of the forgotten back of a dusty closet. It's a small but incredibly impactful change that elevates the entire post-shower experience. You'll truly feel clean, enveloped in a robe that is just as fresh as you are. Trust me on this. Once you make this switch, you will genuinely never go back to the days of the "I'll wash it eventually" bathrobe. If you are still watching this video and finding these lessons useful, please comment number 3 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Thank you for your valuable time. Finally, let's talk about a hygiene tip that completely caught me off guard, and I'm willing to bet it might genuinely surprise you, too. Like many people, I used to firmly believe that shaving my underarms was a foolproof, one-way ticket to achieving cleaner, fresher pits. After all, logic dictates that removing hair means less surface area for sweat and odor to cling to, right? While that is true in theory, there's a crucial, often overlooked detail I was missing, and it can absolutely make or break your underarm hygiene game. When you shave your underarms, you're not just simply cutting away hair. The razor itself also acts as a subtle exfoliant, meticulously scraping off dead skin cells, any leftover deodorant residue, and even some of the bacteria that naturally reside on your skin. That sounds like a beneficial thing, doesn't it? However, here's the significant catch. All that debris, the dead skin, the lingering deodorant residue, and the stirred-up bacteria doesn't magically vanish into thin air. It can, and often does, remain on your skin, stealthily lurking in the freshly shaved area, unless you take an essential extra step to thoroughly clean it away. If this buildup is left behind, it quickly becomes a prime breeding ground for odor-causing bacteria, effectively undoing all the potential benefits of shaving and potentially leaving you smelling worse than before you shaved. Dermatologists and hygiene experts consistently point out that the underarm is one of the body's most bacteriologically active zones. Its warm, moist environment is truly like a 5-star resort for microbes. And while shaving can be helpful for reducing odor, it can actually stir things up quite a bit if you don't follow through with proper mindful cleaning. So, what is the ultimate solution? It's far simpler than you might imagine, but it absolutely requires a conscious and mindful addition to your routine. After you finish shaving, gently rinse your underarms thoroughly with warm water to wash away all that accumulated debris. Then, use a soft, clean washcloth to lightly wipe the area. It's important to avoid aggressive scrubbing, as freshly shaved skin can be quite sensitive and prone to irritation. This gentle cleansing step is vital. It effectively removes the dead skin, the disrupted bacteria, and any deodorant residue that shaving inevitably leaves behind, giving you a truly clean slate. Once you've rinsed, pat the area completely dry with a fresh towel, and then give your skin a moment or two to breathe before applying your deodorant or antiperspirant. I personally like to use this brief air drying time to go through my morning skincare routine, perhaps cleansing my face and applying toner, while my underarms air out for a few crucial minutes. This small, seemingly minor step has been an absolute game changer for me. My underarms feel noticeably fresher, and that clean sensation lasts significantly longer throughout the entire day. The lingering odor I used to sometimes notice, even right after shaving, is now completely gone. replaced instead by a profound sense of confidence that comes from knowing I've thoughtfully tackled every single angle of my personal hygiene routine. By easily adding this quick post-shave cleanse to your regular habits, you will undoubtedly unlock a level of freshness you didn't even realize you were missing. It's a truly small effort for an incredibly big and noticeable payoff.